This is a true crime discussions channel. We speculate. This is all just speculation. Because it's true crime, it's for mature audiences only. There will be no children allowed, no exceptions. Everything on this channel falls under fair use. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It's free.
Hey, y'all. Oh, look, I got a cam slip. Y'all can't see me, though, because I use electrical tape. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are across the planet. Happy Valentine's Day to you all. I'm going to try to run through and say hey to everybody real quick. Rachel, Lori Green, Shaboogies, Bad Girl, Lisa Lynn, Miss Sarah, Lori Green. Good to see you guys. Probably can't scroll all the way up. Ashley, good to see you. Jackie, Britt92, Abellis, my lovely. It's good to see you. Carolina, good to see you. Hobby Farmer, good to see you. Hetty, nice to see you. Welcome into the Speculating family. Miss Julie, Miss Cara, good to see you. Allie X, good to see you. Edith, Bad Girl, good to see you all. So lovely to see y'all this Valentine's Day. I've got a couple of things to go over. Today, number one, today is Foxy's birthday. So if you guys see her, please let me know because I made a song. I have a birthday song now for our channel. Also found something real quick I'll show you before we get started. We're going to start with an interview we haven't discussed yet. But check this out real quick.
Amazing! Amazing!
That is Basil, our mascot. Found that from a while ago. That's what he does on top of me in the mornings, like to wake me up. Hey, Arla. Okay, so we're going to start with an interview that I dug up that we haven't talked about yet because I was not able to find them. Thank you to Gray Moon who shared a girl talking about the interview, and then I was able to find it after that. So we're going to start with that. I do want to let you know that I made a video about the traumatic brain injury.
Jen, go ahead and tell us what's going on.
You've probably seen this interview, but we haven't had a chance to discuss it, and I've got some things to say about it. Hey, so hard to see. I have documents on the traumatic brain injury. I made a whole video, had finished editing it, and was going to export it. And then it did that thing where it says you need to clear out space for storage. And somehow I deleted the original video. So I lost all of it. And I was like really upset about it. So I've got the documents. They're watermarked. And we're going to talk about them. I probably won't read through the whole document like I will in the video that I will have out later when I redo it. But I think it's important. There's a couple of things I want to discuss with you. And while I'm mentioning that, I am starting a Patreon. I'm trying to figure out how to get the TBI document to upload correctly on my Patreon. Now, my Patreon is $5 to join, but it's mainly for people who want the documents that are not watermarked. If you're not interested in documents, then I wouldn't join if I were you. That's about all I'm going to have on there is documents that are not watermarked that I'm able to pull. Eventually I will have some cases that I can't play on YouTube, and we will have some members only live streams. But right now I'm just trying to get all these documents from the Stearns case on there for people who are interested in that kind of stuff. When I am able to get some of my FOIA requests back about information that's too graphic for YouTube and we start doing members only live streams there, I will let y'all know. Hey, Foxy, there you are. Welcome in. I have this for you. It's our new, actually, it's for the channel, but I made it special for you because I knew today was your birthday. Y'all will have to let me know if y'all like that one or not. I made it quickly this morning, but happy birthday, Foxy. I hope you have a good birthday. Sorry if that was like really loud. I apologize about that. So I'll go ahead and start this interview and we can talk about it.
Jen, go ahead and tell us what's going on with Maddie.
Well, Monday morning, we took her to school. We dropped her off close to school, across the street from a church, which is it's right next to the school. She crossed the street. and walked to school, what we thought walked to school. My boyfriend who drove her to school drove away at that point. It was seen on video footage that she hung out in the parking lot of the church.
So what are you guys noticing? You're welcome, Foxy. What are you guys picking up on? She seems zooted, honestly. Her eyes are so big. She looked up a couple of times to recall things. Stefan is starting to walk in the background. This is from Fox 35 Orlando. Let me take these bells down. Sorry if it's loud. Yeah, she said, we church. I'm going to rewind it again just a little bit. Well, I'm going to start it over again, and I'm going to talk to you about what I see. Okay, let's do this again.
Jen, go ahead and
She's already looking up, trying to, I mean, look at that. Did you see that? She's trying to remember the script. She's getting ready. She's looking up right there, trying to remember the script. Right now, she's going over the script in her head. It's allegedly speculating. This is my opinion. I do not know. I was not there. I cannot read minds. But it looks like she's trying to recall the script in her mind and run it through in her head one more time before she has to be able to say it on point for the news. That's what it looks like to me. Yeah, he jumped for you for your birthday. Happy birthday, girl. Phony. And anybody else whose birthday it is, happy birthday. Let me know and I'll play it for you. Bunny Zoomies. That's what he does in the morning to wake me up. Good morning, Sarah Lee. Hey, how you doing? Sarah Lee says, I've been thinking that there was a disconnect between Jen and Maddie because she was convinced by Jen's former high school sweetheart, and I think she wanted him back. It's possible. All right. Hey, Stoic Dissension. All right, let's continue.
Jen, go ahead and tell us what's going on with Maddie.
Well, Monday morning, we took her to school. We dropped her off close.
Okay, already with the, like you guys were saying, we took her to school. We dropped her off. We know that's a lie. And when he didn't leave his wife for her, even when she was pregnant with this baby, I think like that really made her mad. And she just didn't feel connected to Maddie because in her mind, Maddie didn't do what Jen in her mind wanted her to do, which was bring them back together. That's, that's very possible and a very good speculation. That makes a lot of sense. And it happens more than we like to think it does, unfortunately. When she looks up, her eyes are darting back and forth like she's reading. Yep. She's recalling that script in her mind, in my opinion. All right. Let's continue on.
Close to school, across the street from a church, which is it's right next to the school. She crossed the street and walked to school, what we thought walked to school. My boyfriend.
So she again keeps looking up. She just keeps looking up. Yeah, it does make a lot of sense. Oh, let me drop the link in case anybody wants to come up. Bullet points. Yep, so hard to see. She does look highly intoxicated to me as well, but, it could be, to be fair, it could be the medications that she's on making her look like that. Excuse me. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up and get us out in the algorithm. Thank you so much.
Boyfriend who drove her to school drove away at that point. It was seen on video footage that she hung out in the parking lot of the church for a few minutes and then got up and walked towards the school. But she never moved.
All right, Stefan has arrived and is sitting down. Look at that. Look at her eyes. Goodness gracious. That is scary. Imagine waking up to that, like at the foot of your bed. Anyway, Stefan has walked in and is sitting behind her. And even though she hasn't turned around and looked at him, she can feel his presence, that darkness, that evil. She might be able to smell him. So she can feel him there, making sure she stays to the script. It sure wasn't Maddie. Yep. Exactly, Tony. Good morning, Tony. He's making sure she stays on script. Yep. Hey, Pamela. Her eyes aren't even swollen or puffy like she's been crying. Good point, Cara. Good point. Yep, Teresa, sure is.
Or made it that walk and that was around 9 a.m. when she got up.
What?
She never made it to school.
Okay, she just stumbled all over her words. That was around 9 a.m. when she got up. I assume she's talking about walking, but she never made it to school. I've never liked that term, never made it. That's always weird to me. Hey, Boomer. Boomer said she also takes cannabis in capsule form. She does, and that could be part of it. Does anyone know if these two were ever married? I heard a creator say that. There's a picture of them in a fake wedding type thing, but I don't think they were ever married. Hey, Couch Potato. I feel you. Hey, Nene Nut. Okay, so let's watch that again. She's stumbling over her words. She realized she messed up the script and is trying to get back on script, in my opinion.
And that was around 9 a.m. when she got up. She never made it to school after that.
Take it back a little further, where she starts fumbling the words.
It was seen on video footage that she hung out in the parking lot of the church for a few minutes and then got up and walked towards the school.
Hey,
but
Roxanne.
She never made it that walk and that was around 9 a.m. when she got up. She never made it to school after that.
So stumbling her words, she forgot the script. 9 a.m. when she got up to walk to school is what she meant to say, and she never made it.
It's right next to the school. I don't know why she didn't make it. I don't know if something happened on her walk along the way or if she got taken.
Hey, Musically Sarah, how are you doing?
Hi, it's Sarah Lee. Sorry, I forgot to change my.
I was a little worried. How are you?
No, just me. I just wanted to pop in because my YouTube is glitchy and my chat feature messes up a lot. So, but valid question. Has anyone ever asked Jen about the we thing? Has anyone ever been like, "Hey Jen, why in all your previous interviews did you say we?" Do we have an answer for that?
I don't think we have an answer yet, but it's something that I do hope they ask her at trial because she will be on the witness stand, and that seems like something legitimate for the defense to ask her.
Oh, wait. I missed something. So it's confirmed she's going to be a witness for...
I mean, it's not confirmed, but I can't imagine that they're going to go to trial without her being a witness. I would almost bet money on it, but I haven't found it actually. I haven't verified it yet.
Who do you think she'll witness for, the defense or the prosecution?
She's going to have to be a witness for the prosecution if she wants to keep her ass out of jail, in my opinion. But I'm not sure. I would think that the prosecution would want her up.
So, well, you know how there's that immunity. Oh, sorry, my dog. You know that, Lord, that immunity thing she was talking that she has. Somebody was explaining that. I can't remember where I was listening to that, but they were explaining it and they were saying that, like, so she has immunity for what she tells them, but if they find other evidence that she didn't put out there herself, that she didn't incriminate herself with, but they find that evidence and can charge her, that they will. So this whole time I've been thinking she's got to be like, she's going to get off scot-free, but nah, if they dig deep enough and find evidence that she didn't present to them, that they'll charge her. And I'm hoping that's what they do.
Yeah. I hope so too. And again, I mean, that's what makes me think the immunity interview, like you just brought up, is another thing that makes me think she's definitely going to be a witness for the prosecution. But yeah, I hope that something happens.
Well, and then there's the question of, will she still be a witness? Will they put her on the stand if she ends up getting charged? I mean, obviously they're not going to like try them jointly, but yeah. I wonder if they charge her, if they will still pull her and put her on the stand, if that could be more detrimental, because maybe the jury would think, oh, well, she's saying this, because she's got her own charges. She's just saving her butt. So she's going to say whatever they want her to say. Or I wonder how that would play out. I don't know enough about the courts, and especially about Florida courts, to know how that is going to work. But
right. So if she does get charged, it's definitely going to be after Stern's trial. From what they're saying right now, they're not going to charge her with anything. But if she does get charged, it's definitely going to be after the trial. If they have enough to charge her, they're definitely waiting until after she testifies, so that she testifies what they would hope would be accurately and without lying, and for the same reason you just said. If she's on trial for something related to the case, the jury might not trust what she has to say as much. And it was the one interview, it was a derivative immunity for one interview if she didn't lie. Thank you, Cozy. So that's where we're at right now. Hopefully we can find out more, but all I've seen coming out so far is all of the motions for Stearns. I mean, it's ridiculous. I've got to put another video out on that as well.
Oh, I know. There's been so many, and I just keep telling myself, like, I get it. They have a ethical and a legal obligation to defend him to their best ability, whether they want to or not. So I guess that may be throwing stuff at the wall until something sticks. That might be them defending him to the best of their abilities. I'm sure he's got public defenders, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm sure no lawyer wants to represent that. I mean, who wants to, who wants to do that? Nobody wakes up and says, yeah, I want to defend, pedophiles. Like, nobody says that. So I feel for them in the sense that, like, they probably don't want to do this and they're just kind of doing whatever. Now, I do think it would be kind of awesome and entertaining, at least from our perspective, if they got, a public defender that really hated it, just hates him, and like kind of passive aggressively and like incognito sabotages them. Like, I don't know if you follow the Tristan Ferguson case, but I think that's what happened in that case. I think the prosecutor the public defender hated him so much she sabotaged him. That or she's just a really bad public defender and she's been in her job for 15 years and doesn't know how to do it. It's one or the other. But I'm kind of hoping that's what happens in this case. It's like if we start seeing crazy things happen, like, why are they doing this? Are they working for the defense? It's like, no, I think they're sabotaging them, and I think that's okay.
Yeah, I haven't followed that case, but that does sound really interesting. I can't imagine a public defender being after that many years being so negligent.
Like, I'm like, either she's still a public defender because she's that bad of an, because the public defender, that's a stepping stone. Let's be real. It's a stepping stone in that hierarchy of lawyers and whatnot. To be at your job for 15 years and be that bad at it, you're either really that bad at it, or they put you there for a reason because you're bad at it because you're sabotaging it on purpose. And I honestly haven't figured out which one it is yet with that case. But if you get a chance to watch any, if you're bored and want to hop a different case and just kind of have some white noise even in the background, put the testimony and the trial on for that case. It's great. It is great. Okay. I'm sorry. I just laugh because it's just so ridiculous. She's so bad, but I keep telling myself she's sabotaging them. And I hope that's what happens here. I hope maybe they'll get the worst person on there and they'll just self-sabotage it, and I'm okay with that.
I think that they're putting in so many motions because they want to kind of make a name for themselves out of this case. I think that's part of the reason why they're like so many motions. They're challenging the Florida Constitution and the United States Constitution, like by saying death penalty is unconstitutional in like 50 different ways. So I think they're trying to make a name for themselves out of this case, but I don't know. All of you, that it's your birthday. I'm going to play the birthday video for you guys at the end. I know Keo's son and Tracy have a birthday as well.
Oh, happy birthday. Oh, I love that last the happy video or happy birthday video you played. I like that song. I like that one song you played though. It was real comical. I can't remember who you played it for. It was, I want to say,
Carolina.
Yes, that was hilarious. That was great. I loved it.
Yeah. Y'all have to let me know if y'all like the videos. Thank you for letting me know. All
okay,
right,
well, I'm going to hop off, but thank you. I just wanted to pop in there and say that. But thank you. I appreciate you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for coming up, love.
All right, have a good one, guys.
You too. Bye. I'm going to mute because the tractor's out. Oh, well, I'll show y'all something in a minute that I wanted to share with y'all. Let me see if I can. Nope, that's not the right one. Speaking of the tractor, it reminded me of something, but we're going to watch this. Let me push play and mute.
But she never made it.
And that was the last anyone's seen of her or heard from her?
Yes. I went to pick her up after school. And she wasn't there. So I started driving around, maybe thinking she took a walk. Maybe she decided to walk to my mom's office, which is pretty close to the school as well.
I don't know if you could see from behind, but he's like staring her down. Let me back it up. He was like just staring at her. And he starts cracking his knuckles. Look at him.
It's right.
Just staring at her. And I mean, that has to, again, makes me think that he's the one in control. He's the manipulator.
Next to the school. I don't know why she didn't make it. I don't know if something happened on her walk along the way or if she got taken, but she never made it.
And that was the last anyone's seen of her or heard from her?
Yes. I went to pick her up after school, and she wasn't there.
Okay.
So I started.
He is cracking his knuckles, trying to draw her attention. I mean, I'm sure it's some kind of code, right? Like it appears to me to be some kind of code, some kind of way of letting her know, hey, you're messing up the script. You're not on script. Let's see what she was talking about right when he starts doing that.
And that was the last anyone's seen of her or heard from
I don't know why it's doing that.
her.
Hold on just a minute. Okay.
Yes. I went to pick her up after school, and she wasn't there.
So she's talking about going to pick her up after school, and she wasn't there right when he starts cracking his knuckles. You think he's looking at his injuries? He could be. He wants her to know that he's there and watch your story. Yep. Meemaw, good to see you. All the phones are off? Okay. Thank you. Jackie said he's the one leading the conversation, definitely in control. He prepped her because she's a potato. Yep. Bella's boys, good to see you. Stinky's white hat is in the garbage now. Poor thing. Meemaw Sadie, good to see you. Sandy, I'm sorry. Good to see you. Hey, OP, it's on my iPad. Oh, okay. Good to see you. He is nothing but disgusting. Hey, Orange Rose, good to see you. I hate them so much, and I hate the way she says scoo. Yep. Oh, I'll get Inspector BS. Sniffing out the BS. There we go. There's Inspector BS. All right. Cracking knuckles for intimidation. Yep, Foxy. I hope you have a good day with your plans later, by the way. Okay. You hate the way she says school too? Yep.
So I started driving around, maybe thinking she took a walk. Maybe she
try something real quick. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm going to try to make it small and then big again, and hopefully that'll make it stop doing this. Sometimes if I don't let it load all the way, it likes to be weird.
Decided to walk to my mom's office, which is pretty close to the school as well. Drove around and I didn't see anything. I drove back to the school. The school was closed. I emailed one of her teachers.
So again, she was looking up while she recalled driving around to her mom's school. This teacher that she's referencing emailing is the chorus teacher. The chorus teacher that we've talked about that was just convicted, or not convicted, charged with what he did to those two little boys on Discord. And there's a possibility of there being 20 more victims. Hey, Irene.
And I didn't see anything. I drove back to the school. The school was closed. I emailed one of her teachers. They confirmed.
So she's looking up. I can't remember which way they look when they're lying. I need to look it up. But she does appear to be recalling things. But again, all of this is true, right? She drove to the school. She did go back to the school and evidently it was closed. She did email the teachers. So even if she's looking up and recalling that, she's recalling things that she actually did. And if she knew Maddie was deceased or not, we don't know, but that's not relevant to this part of the conversation, because right now she's recalling things that she actually did. We just don't know if she did it to make it look like she didn't know Madeline was deceased, or if she did it actually not knowing that Madeline was deceased. Hey, Jennergy. I don't know if I keep calling you Jenna's Gypsy. If I do, I apologize. Just curious Have you guys discussed the Naziah Harris case at all? Yes, we have. That case infuriates me. I went off about that case. We've done several previous live streams on it, and I do plan on doing a fundraiser for her in March when they go to trial. I will cover that trial, and I want to send it to the after-school program that she liked. Phony, good to see you. Okay.
Confirmed that she was absent all day. At that point is when I called 911 because I realized something was truly wrong.
And he's moving and looking at looking at her, staring her down. And you know, you can feel when people are staring at you from the background, you know, she feels it.
Heard from like any of her friends? Has she been active on any social media?
She hasn't been active on social media. None of her
have to call Verizon
chats,
again.
none of her games.
But Jen took her phone and was active trying to delete stuff. And we heard that in the interview from the police where they asked her to please stop please stop getting on Madeline's stuff and doing things because we think it's Madeline. She didn't call 911. Her sister did. Absolutely right, Cozy. Yep. Sarah says, choo-choo, speculating family, hop on this crazy train to Speculation Station. Hold on tight and smash that like button. Scoot over and stay seated for this wild ride. Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Orange said, anyone who's ever had a child in middle school or any school knows her story is BS. Yeah. It appears that way. And I don't understand how we don't have charges on her already. I hope and pray. I have faith in the justice system that something's coming down the road. Yeah, that's another good point. Rachel said, wouldn't you have a picture of your missing daughter for a TV plea for help? You would normally, but it appears that she already knew where Madeline was, unfortunately. Hey, Chelsea. Chelsea said, I can't get over how creepy he is here. He is so creepy. Oh, my gosh.
We did contact all her friends. None of them had seen her Monday or heard from her.
Hold on. I'm going to back it up a little bit.
Yeah, there's no...
Any social media?
She hasn't been active on social media. None of her chats, none of her games. We did contact all her friends. None of them had seen her Monday or heard from her. Yeah, there's no update.
Try it again.
And I have to ask this, and I know I hate doing it, but is she the type that would run
Okay.
away? Has this happened in the past or anything? Has she ever threatened to run away?
Never.
We're going to keep it small for right this second. Actually, I might can do it this way. This seems to be loading faster, so I'll try it like this, and I'll just have to flip back and forth. Hold on a minute. Hold on just a minute. Sorry, y'all. Since they've done work on that tower, I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to have to get them to redo my stuff because they have messed up everything, and it's really irritating. Let me get this playlist pulled back up. Hold on. We have another video to watch in a minute too. All right, let me pull it up this way and hopefully it won't do that. It's hard to tell because she's like delayed as well. So I'll flip back and forth between the two so that hopefully it won't skip. It seems to be loading a lot faster.
Jen, go ahead and tell us what's going on with Maddie.
Well,
I think we were...
And that was the last anyone's seen of her or heard from her?
Yes. I went to pick her up after school, and she wasn't there. So I started driving around, maybe thinking she took a walk. Maybe she decided to walk to my mom's office, which is pretty close to the school as well.
She seems to look up when she's like, I was thinking maybe she took a walk, like maybe to my mom's office. She looks up and shakes her head no, like she knows it doesn't make sense. I'm going to play that one more time.
So I started driving around, maybe thinking she took a walk. Maybe she decided to walk to my mom's office, which is pretty...
Did you see how she shook her head several times? Like, that's weird to me. Like, because she knows that it's not accurate. She knows that it would be weird for Madeline to take a walk. And so subconsciously, those little triggers and cues that we do when we're lying, she's shaking her head no. Like, she knows that that would be out of the ordinary for Maddie. She knows it doesn't make sense in her head because it's not something that Madeline would do. That's what I see.
Pretty close to the school as well. Drove around and I didn't see anything. I drove back to the school. The school was closed. I emailed one of her teachers. They confirmed that she was absent all day.
So she emailed one of her teachers, the only teacher she emailed. That tells us there that the only teacher she emailed is the one that we just found out did all these horrendous things to children. Carolina said she didn't do anything because she already knew what happened to Maddie. She wanted to stay with the narrative that a stranger took Maddie after seeing the evidence. Yep. Nessa UK, good to see you. She had Maddie's phone and she saw Maddie's friend's text saying, "Where are you?" She had to have. She had to have seen it. She had to have. This woman looks scared and trying not to show it. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. So hard to see. I pray to God that there is not any other pedos in that school. The secretary was a pedo. This chorus teacher was a pedo. Like, I'm concerned. Lori Green said Jen told Maddie's friend that she dropped her off at school. Yes, she did. She sure did. We will be doing for Maddie's birthday. I'm going to be pulling together some videos and it's the only time you will ever see a Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo on my page is going to be when we're doing fundraisers. They will be specifically for fundraisers. If anybody sends money to those apps, even when I don't have them up on the page, it goes for the fundraisers we're doing. And for Maddie's birthday, we're going to do a fundraiser and raise money, whatever money that people feel like they want to donate, and the money that I make off of that stream for that day and whatever else I can donate, we're going to put together and send it to the school because that's where Maddie got most of her enjoyment from. I would like to send it to her best friend, but I don't know if I'll be able to do that. But I'm working on that stuff. So that's what we're going to do for Maddie's birthday. And then on the day that she actually died, which was February 25th, I will have a day of silence. I will not be live. I will not be making posts. It will be a day of remembrance. I will light a candle and say prayers for her. So I just wanted to let y'all know that while y'all are here. We'll get back to this.
At that point is when I called 911 because I realized something was truly wrong.
And you guys have pointed out that she is not the one that called 911. It was, I want to say Letitia, but I'm probably wrong. I just, obviously Letitia Stout is what I think. So what I think of when I say that name, but it was her stepsister. Mima said evil sometimes gives birth. Yep. Nessa said, for someone who had slept right through, she's got dark eye bags. Lodger said she looked like she cried all night. She was not asleep. That's true. She said she slept all night. She says she took her medicine and went to sleep. The roommate said she did appear to be crying and upset. He's just staring with his whole aura of darkness.
Have you heard from any of her friends? Has she been active on any social media?
She hasn't been active on social media. None of her chats, none of her games. We did contact all her friends. None of them had seen her Monday or heard from her. There's no update.
And I have to ask this, and I know I hate doing it, but is she the type that would run away? Has this happened in the past or anything? Has she ever threatened to run away?
Never. She's never ever mentioned anything like this before, and she's not the type to want to do this. She did accidentally leave her phone on Monday.
So she's not the type to run away. Again, trying to push the narrative that somebody took her. She accidentally left her phone. I still don't think that she left her phone accidentally at all. I don't think she's ever left her phone accidentally. Obviously, that day it wasn't an accident. But even the police said it is not normal for her to leave her phone. They said they looked through her history on the phone, and it's not normal for Maddie to leave the phone. So again, and she looked up like she's lying. Right, Carolina? So hard to see, said she basically gave Maddie away. I'm surprised Stearns didn't just take her back to his house. Obviously, Jen's family is the only people worthy of a victim impact statement. I agree with you there. Sarah Lee said, but they can run all the background checks in the world. It won't matter if a person hadn't got caught. Yeah, and it appears that the chorus teacher had not been caught yet. Contacted her best friend after seeing the text, where are you? Was it, I mean, okay, so if she picked the phone up off the dresser that morning, she would have seen the text, where are you? And then she called the best friend that afternoon at 4:40, between 4:43 and 4:45, from what I understand. Laughter is medicine. Good to see you. You couldn't have held me back the minute I found out he touched, hurt, lied, or anything about my child. She's definitely not connected to her child. Poor, beautiful Maddie. You couldn't hold me back if I found out you touched my child, his child, that child, those children, up the street, up the road, across the state, across the country. I don't care. Like, I'm coming for you. I'm gonna draw blood. I'm not acceptable. You're gonna have to pull the rubber bullets out, the taser. I don't know, but I just, it's not normal. It's not a normal reaction.
Which is kind of normal for her. She's got ADHD and very forgetful.
It's not normal for her. The police said it's not normal for her. Carolina said she's a damn liar because Maddie told her best friend that she was going to go out and live in the woods. Wasn't that found on her phone? Liar. They pushed that narrative. Bestie said it later, but it wasn't ever found on the phone. Susan said, yes, Jen is lying. She's either on script or never ever drove by that distant church. She's such a liar. Yep. I think actually they might have found it on the phone. When she was looking for it the night that we got the body cam for her, they did not find it. And it appeared at that point that she was making it up. But then we do have Bestie speaking to the police later stating what she had actually said about living in the woods. And then real quick, Indie Girl, good to see you, my love. I wonder how she reached out to the teacher, the one that was caught. If it was a personal cell text, then how come she had that? Wouldn't she email the school? I wonder if the teacher was a friend. So there's an app that she emailed him from. And I do know Maddie was, that chorus was Maddie's favorite class. And there was an email that's like, there's an app on the phone for the teachers to talk to the parents. And she emailed him on that app. But I do wonder if they were friends or if they knew each other better than they're letting on. If this happened to my child, Loretta Bobbitt would look like Mother Teresa, and y'all would be seeing me on the next episode of Snaps, right? Snapped. Sarah said, they never took me into the station. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. Laughter said, wasn't that the most ironic craziness the day you uploaded about helping the choir because it's something Maddie loved? It couldn't have been a matter of a day or so, and the choir teacher was busted. Yeah, that was insane. That was crazy. Darlene said, this is exactly what Chris Stearns said. He was expecting her to yell and beat on him, but she didn't. He told the cop that's just not normal. Absolutely. She absolutely did. Hey, Lou. I work on getting people like Stearns put away. Jen and his parents are enabling him. All vile, in my opinion. I think his parents enabled him in different ways. I think Jen enabled him by letting him have access to Maddie. The Woody Allen comment seals the deal for me. You knew something.
So she left her phone at home, so there's no way to trace her. They tried tracing her school laptop.
Is that why the phone was left at home? So there was no way to trace her?
But that's off, so it's not pinging to anything.
Jen, what is your fear? I know you mentioned she's on games and stuff. Do you think she could have like met somebody and tried to meet up with them?
So she's scratching her hair. I mean, she might have got an itch, but it could be some kind of self-soothing.
She's open to us. She's open with us about, if she's got a crush with anyone. And she told us she had a crush on someone at school. And I looked at their messages. Nothing was weird. I looked at all of her messages, all of her.
So when she starts talking about the crush, Stefan moves. He appears to be uncomfortable to me. Jackie said Stefan told Jen that she had to say she was with him because he needed a witness, and so that he was not the only, quote, last person to see her alive. She didn't even question why he wanted her to say that, for fuck's sake. Really, can we verify that Stefan told her that? But yeah, it does seem to make sense. And the text about not being able to risk it anymore. Right. You sent a text saying that I can't risk her sleeping in the bed with me anymore. Yet supposedly she sleeps in the bed with you every night. Make that make sense. The phone was picked up and put back after he left. Yep. Her dirty hair. Probably bad girl. When did she talk about the crush? Jen later tells cops Maddie told Stefan about the crush, not her. Yep, and that she was really upset about it. To be fair, Stefan could have told Jen about it later. Did she just say we talked about the crush? Because I want to look at Stefan's reaction anyway. Let's take that back a little bit.
Jen, what is your fear? I know you mentioned she's on
I don't know why.
games and stuff. Do you think she could have like met somebody and tried to meet up with them?
She's open to us. She's open with us about, if she's got a crush with anyone. And she told us she had a crush on someone at school.
She told us she had a crush on someone at school. And we know that she told Stefan that, and it made her upset. She seems, though, to use the words we and us interchangeably. She's got that psoriasis scalp. And you saw him move. He didn't like that. He didn't like what she said. We know he doesn't like what she says because we know her having a crush would have made him upset. And you see him move in the background. He's uncomfortable right now with her talking about the crush.
And I looked at their messages. Nothing was weird. I looked at all of her messages, all of her deleted messages. Nothing seemed weird. It didn't seem like she was talking to anyone.
Why is she closing her eyes while she's saying this?
So I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like she may have been taken because this.
So she nods her head yes when she says I feel like she may have been taken, and is that because again she wants us all to believe that somebody took Maddie, because that's what she wants the police to think that someone took Maddie. I mean, again, this is my theory, my speculating, me allegedly speculating. Sorry, I'll get it out in a minute. I think that she wanted him to take her somewhere where the alligators could have gotten her body, and she basically wanted to push the narrative that she disappeared or that somebody took her, and then Maddie would never be found, and she would just always be a runaway. Hio said that has nothing to do with the question she asked. She said, does she play games and could she meet someone online? Deflection. Yep. So hard to see. Said detectives don't ask anything else about the crush conversation. No, they don't. Falney said in a different interview, Stephen Stearns mentioned the crush and said, quote, she's too young, unquote, in reference to the crush. And that is telling of his intentions right there, even if we didn't know what we know. Yep. Oh, you're good, Brittany. Or Brit 92, sorry.
This is not like her at all to just disappear and not tell us, not let us know where she's going or who she's with. Yeah.
What are you getting from law enforcement? Are they actively searching for her? I mean, what happens now? I mean, especially that she doesn't have her phone with her.
So as far as I know, they're conducting a search around the school. Behind the school, there's a Shingle Creek. There's a wooded path area that you could walk. It's a hiking path. They are going back there with their canine dogs. They've taken a piece of her clothing to see if they can trace her scent.
And again, she just shook her head no. Is it because she knows they're not going to find a scent? Is that why she's shaking her head no again? I have to flip back and forth to see y'all's comment. Sarah said maybe she's saying we and us because she's trying to put emphasis on Stearns being a positive influence in Maddie's life. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just guessing here, grasping for straws. It's a possibility. Foxy says she's generally itchy. I speculate that she allegedly has a oh, goodness. I hope not. It's hard to try to wonder what she's thinking because I don't like I don't like a potato often. Yep. Rotten Mango made a couple videos and she went through his Reddit. It's very interesting. We went through his Reddit a while back. I need to pull that video up. Maybe we can go over it. Sub to waffle. Okay. Waffles are really good. Sub to waffles are really good. Good to see you. And lastly, real quick, her eye closing thing. I can't look at people in the eye, and I don't. And I do that even webcam. Okay, let me try again. Her eyes closing thing, like I can't look at people in the eye, and I do that even webcams. I do that not to defend her, just an explanation. It could be because of the webcam situation. It's a possibility. After we watch these interviews, if I have time today, we'll look at the Reddit video that I have where I pulled his Reddit.
They're also taking their own vehicles. I'm not sure what type of vehicles, but they're going into the woods to search for her. But I don't feel like that's going to find anything right now. We've had people all day on that trail sending us photos to see if anything there looks familiar, and like,
okay, why, if your child is missing, why are you going to say you don't feel like that would be fruitful? You would want anything to be fruitful. You would want anything to bring her home. You wouldn't know. Maybe she was there. Maybe she came back to the area. Maybe she wasn't there to begin with. Maybe she comes back. Like, why you don't think it's going to be fruitful? Because you already know where she is, in my opinion. Hey, Mercedes. Moore said two important things. Jen said in her police interview that she had a flat tire, but we know it was Stefan. At what point did Stefan obtain the firearm? I think it was a firearm he carried on her, and I didn't catch that she said we had a flat tire, but I'm sure she did. Fawny said, exactly. I am autistic, and I close my eyes when talking to people if I'm getting overwhelmed or trying really hard to remember something. So that could be a possible explanation. I don't know what autistic people do when, I don't know the traits and things like that. I can tell you if I'm trying to get out a statement and while I'm live right now, I will close my eyes sometimes if I'm trying to say something and I'm having trouble saying it. So maybe that's why, because looking at the comments, it distracts me. Orange says, why is she not searching? She's just way too casual and uncaring in this interview. Yeah, I agree.
her personal belongings, and nothing is hers. So I'm not sure where to go from here. I'm just contacting the news to get the word out, to get some help, because I'm desperate. I'm a wreck right now.
He's moving and looking at her. And again, she's going to start talking about me, I'm desperate, I'm a wreck, which I hope you would be desperate. But I'm a wreck. I'm all tore up. Again, I want you to have a picture of your child up and be talking about you're worried about her. Hey, Gam to 3, nice to see you. I will always believe that she had involvement in what happened to Maddie and also what Stefan was doing to Maddie. Hey, G14 Classified. I have to question. The thing for me, again, is the Woody Allen comment. I mean, that speaks volumes to so many.
Right now.
So you think that she's been taken against her will?
So cute, Basil.
I do think so, yes.
As a mom, what's your
So she's going with the been taken against her will narrative. She says her family is a wreck, not her. Did she? Hold on. I keep pausing it a lot. Let's listen to that again.
Search for her. But I don't feel like that's going to find anything right now. We've had people all day on that trail sending us photos to see if anything there looks familiar, and like her personal belongings, and nothing is hers. So I'm not sure where to go from here. I'm just contacting the news to get the word out, to get some help, because I'm desperate. I'm a wreck right now.
So you think that she's been taken against her will?
So she said, I'm a wreck right now. Roxanne said, I believe Jen Soto had guilty knowledge at the least. Woody Allen comment does hang her, in my honest opinion. Yep. Carolina said, my last comment is referencing to when he heard about Maddie's crush. She wasn't desperate. she wasn't a wreck for Madeline. It was all about her. Good point. She said the police are searching those specific areas as though it was a secret, but having a friend who was missing and unalive, the police were immediate in letting the public know. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if the police have come out and done the presser by this point. It's possible. So it might have been public knowledge at that point, but it also might not have. I don't exactly know when they did the first presser. Hey, Army Mom and Pisces. Army Mom says she has always appeared relieved to have Maddie gone. I definitely see that. I do, and it worries me. Again, Carolina, what mother says, I don't think they will find anything. Like, you would be hoping for anything at all, any little bit of anything.
I do think so, yes.
As a mom, what's your mother's intuition telling you right now?
I'm trying to hope for the best, but I'm scared for her. I want her to be okay, and I want her to be safe. I don't want her to come back harmed.
So that goes back to the officer's comment. I don't want her to come back harmed. And the officer says, why did you say you don't want her to come back? And what she says is, I don't want her to come back harmed. But again, even the officers picked up something wrong with this interview. They referenced the first interview you did with Fox 35. You said, I don't want her to come back. And she's like, no, I don't remember saying that. What she actually said, like we just heard, was, I don't want her to come back harmed. But even the police saw an issue with this. And it doesn't appear to me that she's actually crying. I'm going to back it up a little bit.
I'm trying to hope for the best, but I'm scared for her. I want her to be okay, and I want her to be safe. I don't want her to come back harmed. I just want her back. Whatever.
Hold on. Sorry. I couldn't mute because I'm on a different screen.
Whatever that means, I just want her back.
I'm trying to pick up.
I'm scared for her. I want her to be okay, and I want her to be safe. I don't want her to come back harmed. I just want her back. Whatever that means, I just want her back.
So it's weird to me, again, that I don't want her to come back harmed. I don't want her to come back, and then she adds harmed, and I just want her back, whatever that means. I mean, again, I want her back, whatever that means. I mean, what does that mean? Does it mean you already know that she's not alive? So you're saying, I want her back, whatever that means. I mean, it seems again like a Freudian slip, kind of, because she's not alive. So you're saying, I want her back, whatever that means. Like, what do you mean? I mean, that's just a weird statement to me. Right, Pisces, because she knows she was already deceased. I mean, that's what it seems like to me. Hey, Mommy Ball. Oh, Coach Mom. Sorry. Coach Mom says no tears and good at faking it. Just creepy. False. Falsito? False. Yep. Mars Bar 82 says such a pathetic performance. I saw Malibu Surf come in earlier too. Hey, Malibu. Darlene says, what does she mean? Whatever that means. Right. Who says that? Right. Liars think if your eyes are closed, no one can tell you're not crying. Good point.
Are you getting any updates from law enforcement? I mean, yes, they're searching that small area, but have they gotten any hits on any scent or anything like that?
They haven't let me know anything. They haven't updated me since I spoke to them this morning. I've contacted them to get some information or to give them some leads, but I've heard nothing back.
And
I wonder what leads she gave them when she contacted them. Hey, Jenna's Gypsy. Okay, I thought I was calling somebody else Jenna's Gypsy earlier. Good to see you. A real potato could fake cry better than her, right? Lou said she freaking knew. Yeah, it does. It seems that way. Hey, Dainty. Army Mom says she said she didn't want her to come back harmed. She wants it to sound like she's afraid she will be found deceased. Good point. Definitely think so. I agree. Sorry.
Jen, there's no way that she just being, a teenager was like, maybe had a fight with you or an argument with you and was like, you know what, I'm going to go hang out at so-and-so's house and teach her a lesson. Could that be a scenario?
I don't believe so. We actually haven't gotten into a fight in like a few weeks or arguments or anything like that. If anything, on Sunday, she celebrated her 13th birthday with my entire family and she had the best day. She was so happy. She showed us all her gifts.
Excuse me. Now, we know she wasn't happy. She said she was so happy on the day she celebrated with her family. So that wouldn't be the picture we've seen of them just having a small little birthday celebration for her at the house. She celebrated with the family and she was so happy. She showed us all her gifts, but we know there was one gift on the table and she wasn't happy. But would she tell Jen that? Would she tell her family that? Boomer said a very negative reaction. She should want to have hope for her child. Yep. When? Yeah, I don't. She's it's so irritating because I know she's lying and it appears the DA's not doing anything. She didn't want them to bring her back eaten by alligators, she meant. Very possible, Nessa, UK.
She's just a happy girl and she showed it on Sunday night when
she almost said she was, and then she said she's just. Listen to that.
Or arguments or anything like that. If anything, on Sunday, she celebrated her 13th birthday with my entire family and she had the best day. She was so happy. She showed us all her gifts. She's just a happy girl and
she's just a happy girl. She said she was, past tense. I didn't even pick up on that before. Ama, her crying face is just disgusting. You can tell she's trying really hard to fake it. It almost looks like a smirk. Yeah. And she wasn't a happy girl. Darlene said, when did she show them all the gifts? She never saw her Sunday or Monday. She claims to have seen her Sunday night, but the timeline doesn't add up. A happy girl. When was that? Ama said, I want her back, whatever that means, even if she's just a corpse. That's what it appears to imply, like she's implying that. Hey, Mercedes. Jen stops talking when she realized what she just said. Yep. I'm going to play it one more time. She is a happy girl, is what she says.
I don't believe so. We actually haven't gotten into a fight in like a few weeks or arguments or anything like that. If anything, on Sunday, she celebrated her 13th birthday with my entire family and she had the best day. She was so happy. She showed us all her gifts. She's just a happy girl and she's just a happy girl. Showed it on Sunday night when she went to bed. She was so happy. So, she had the best day. There was no moment in that evening from when she got home from the party that she had her phone or had the laptop. She went straight to getting ready and went to bed. So I know she didn't have any conversations with anyone. She didn't.
So you're saying this, but Maddie got back at 8:30. Stefan got there around 9. You didn't get home till 10:30, but yet you know that she did her nighttime routine and went straight to bed. Again, that's telling me that you didn't see her at all. Maybe Stefan told you she did her nighttime routine and went to bed. How can you say definitively that she didn't contact anybody or do anything because you weren't there until 10:30? Explain that to me, Jen. Tracy said, hey, all, don't this sound like a POS, sick-ass woman, devilish, in my opinion? Darlene said, I would like us to go back over her saying anything about Sunday night. Okay, I'll play it again. Sarah said, I want to make a video of Jen talking in these interviews that have the hot potato song playing in the background. Yeah. Strong Mom said, hey, Blue Giraffes. Strong Mom said, this woman makes me sick. Truly, she's no mother. Yep. Blue Giraffes. Let me see what you had said. People are responding to you. Oh, I just see where you said, hey, you'll have to tell me again what you said. Her at that trial is going to be painful if they stream it. Are we going to have it here? Yeah, if they stream it, I'm definitely, I know this case like the back of my hand. Yeah, we'll be streaming it. Not happy, not the best day, didn't get many presents, etc. Innocent people don't have to lie. Yep. She was going to use Maddie's birthday money for Botox. Yep, it's a possibility. Gam to 3 said she showed police officers text about her and Maddie arguing on or the next night Maddie was reporting, didn't she? I don't know about her and Maddie arguing that night, but she showed them text about them arguing in the past. Lou, thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Lou says, middle finger for the potato. Maddie was not happy and did not have a good day. You're despicable. Yep. Thank you so much for the support, Lou. I really appreciate that. All right, let's go back over where she talks about Sunday night for the person who just asked. I think this is back.
You know, what's your mother's intuition telling you right now?
I'm trying to hope for the best, but I'm scared for her. I want her to be okay, and I want her to be safe. I don't want her to come back harmed. I just want her back, whatever that means. I just want her back.
Are you getting any up?
My child, my son, I walked in here, literally he heard 3 seconds and he whispered crocodile tears. Lord have mercy. Blue Giraffe said, I said a picture, I saw a picture of her at Step and Stern's hearing sitting and holding hands with Chris and Deborah. I didn't see that. I streamed it though. We'll have to go back through that interview and see if she was there. I didn't see her. We looked. Ashley said she's still smirking and crying. Yep. Fawny said exactly about honest people. I always say you don't need to slander or libel someone who gives everyone their dirty receipts. That reporter does prompt her to act like a caring parent, Teresa. Yep, exactly. Okay, continuing on to listen about Sunday night.
Updates from law enforcement? I mean, yes, they're searching that small area, but have they gotten any hits on any scent or anything like that?
They haven't let me know anything. They haven't updated me since I spoke to them this morning. I've contacted them to get some information or to...
I'm sorry, Blue Giraffe, if I misunderstood or misspoke. You said picture. I'll have to look for it and locate it. Thank you for sharing that. And I'm sorry if I misspoke or read it wrong. Sometimes I'll try to read stuff really fast and misspeak. Rachel said this reporter is having to drag info out of her. Yep. Rita, good to see you. I want her to come back, whatever that means. What the hell does that mean? Girl, I need to know myself. Inquiring minds want to know.
Give them some leads, but I've heard nothing back.
And Jen, there's no way that she just being, you know, a teenager was like, maybe had a fight with you or an argument with you and was like, you know what, I'm going to go hang out at so-and-so's house and teach her a lesson. You know, could that be a scenario?
I don't believe so. We actually haven't gotten into a fight in like a few weeks or arguments or anything like that. If anything, on Sunday, she celebrated her 13th birthday with my entire family and she had the best day. She was so happy. She showed us all her gifts. She's just a happy girl, and she showed it on Sunday night when she went to bed. She was so happy. So, you know, she had the best day. I just, you know, there was no...
She showed it Sunday night that she was so happy when she went to bed, that she had the best day on Sunday. Blue Giraffe said, no. There's a picture. There's no picture. I picture her continued support of Stefan. She'll be holding hands with him. Okay, thank you. I apologize. Mars Bar said, please, she didn't even call 911 or leave the darn house to look for Maddie. Nope, she didn't. All right, she's about to talk about Sunday night. Remember, she just said that she was so happy.
There was no moment in that evening from when she got home from the party that she had her phone or had the laptop. She went straight to getting ready and went to bed. So I know she didn't have any conversations with anyone. She didn't.
So she told you that she was happy, that she had the best time. And she didn't have her laptop, she didn't have her phone, so therefore couldn't have contacted anybody. But at the same time, she just did her night routine and went straight to bed. Like, no sister act. When did she tell you about the birthday party? How did you know she was excited? I don't get it. It just doesn't make sense. Miss King of Anything said she didn't even go upstairs to look for her. No, she didn't. I think she was already in bed with Stefan, because it was normal for her to be already in bed with Stefan. And when Jen got home, she sat down and ate her pub sub by herself and went to bed, because they were already upstairs like every other night that he was ever there, in my opinion. Speculating, allegedly.
Didn't make plans with anyone. I didn't see any of that.
Because she's spent the whole Sunday celebrating her 13th birthday. Was her 13th birthday on that Sunday, or that was just like the time you guys were celebrating?
That was the time we were celebrating. Her birthday was on Thursday, the 22nd.
Okay,
She just turned 13.
But that's just so heartbreaking to be celebrating her 13th birthday, and then the very next day, that's gone. The last you've seen of her.
Yeah.
Look at him looking down at her. Like, look at the look on his face right now. I know it's hard to tell, but goodness. Tracy said, how the hell would she even notice that Maddie was happy when she sent both of them upstairs so she could get her rest? Yep. Lori said, I also think that when the detective said to the flatmate, they've got an anonymous call saying the flatmate told someone, I believe that. I don't remember hearing that, but I would love to find it if you know where you might have heard it. Cara said Jen only went upstairs to straighten up Stephen Stern's mess when Maddie was first missing, in my opinion. Sarah Lee said Jen has chronic liarrhea and all the bullshit she spews. Diabetes.
Yeah.
I mean, where do you go now? Are you going to go out there and search or look, or what is are you sticking by the phone? Are you what are you doing?
I'm staying at home, staying by the phone.
Staying by the phone that we carry with us now. It's not 1890. It's not 1997 when we have to have a cordless phone, but you got to be near the base. It's not 1967 where we have the old curly cords. Like, staying by the phone, you mean the phone you can put in your pocket and walk around and search? Is that what you mean? Because what? That doesn't even make sense. Again, is there a mirror on the wall behind the reporter that Jen Soto is checking on Stephen Stearns through? Like, is that what she keeps looking at? It's possible there is a mirror, it appears, behind them. I don't know if there is, but that does appear to be a mirror. I don't know if she can see the reflection in her computer screen, because if she's looking at a computer right now, she can probably see his reflection in the computer screen. So it's possible. Veronica, hey, if I haven't said hey to you, her yeah was so fake, no expression as to answer that it's horrible that this happened just the very next day of her birthday party. Yep, straight careless face. Yeah. Hold on, Lori answered. In the interview with the flatmate with the son. I'll re-listen to that and see what we can find. Staying by the cell phone, you have a cell phone, dumbass. Right. Like, staying by the phone that you can put in your pocket and go and search. Ridiculous.
Hoping she just appears. I know my entire family is out looking. They've all spread a bunch of flyers. I've had people contact me that they've gone to the international airport to spread flyers, to Amtrak, to Greyhound.
She's smiling about it. Did you see that when they talked about the international airport?
I'm staying at home, staying by the phone, hoping she just appears. I know my entire family is out looking. They've all spread bunch of flyers. I've had people contact me that they've gone to the international airport to spread flyers, to Amtrak, to Greyhound, just any way that if someone's taken her and they're trying to take her, just to show her face, just to make sure, she's not being.
If someone has taken her and is trying to take her, ridiculous. Meanwhile, she's doing nothing to find her daughter. Exactly, Tony. Hey, Toxic. Good to see you. I hope you're feeling better, love.
Not being taken against her will.
And you mentioned ADHD. Was there anything else maybe mentally going on or that you knew of?
She does suffer from anxiety, and once upon a time she was diagnosed with autism. We had her what's the word?
So that appears to be what she does when she's thinking. So every other facial expression she's done, is it been because she's lying?
And once upon a time she was diagnosed with autism.
Trying to recall the word.
We had her what's the word?
Brained, maybe?
Reevaluated.
Okay.
That appears to be what she does when she's thinking. So what was all the other crap? Lying, possibly? Alex said, do you think they committed the homicide by accident or because she was possibly with child? I don't know. I think it could be related to either one. I'm questioning a lot right now because we don't know anything and we'll know more at trial. Hey, Bogart. So I think it could be either one. I think it could be an accident. I think it could be because she was with child, or it could have been an accident that they were trying to do something to get rid of the child, or I don't know. There's a lot of possible speculations as far as that goes.
We had her reevaluated a few months ago, actually, and they told us, no, she didn't have autism, but she did have some autistic traits. She did have ADHD, some autistic traits, but not autism. So I'm not sure where to leave with that, because one doctor said she did and one doctor saying she doesn't, and I don't know. She's just in the middle, I guess, because she does have some tendencies, but socially she's pretty great. So I'm not sure.
Socially, she's pretty great. At least she's using proper, like, current tense. Nessie UK said, I think she was overdosed like before, and the dog holder over the car seat was used to prop her up, which broke her neck. I think that's a possibility as well. I believe Jennifer was having Maddie diagnosed with what was stated because they were taking her medication. That's a possible speculation too. Army Mom says she really gives off vibes of a teenager that isn't interested in parenting. She does. Jennifer said, I would love to know what was on that psych eval. Yeah, I do too. But HIPAA laws prevent us from knowing.
And with the video that you were able to see whenever your boyfriend dropped her off, where was that? Which video? Was that a surveillance camera?
It was a surveillance camera from the church, Peace Church, right next to Hunters Creek Middle School.
And do you have that video?
I don't have that. They didn't show me. They wouldn't show me. It was actually my sister was the one at location, and they were letting her know what they saw on camera.
Okay.
But they didn't show it to any of us.
Got it. Okay. Jen, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Please, 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 if you have any information.
She breathes hard, like she's like, I've got to say this now to make it look legit. I really don't want to. Gray Moon, thank you for the super sticker, and thank you for bringing this interview to my attention. What you shared in Discord was how I was able to find this interview, so thank you for that. And thank you for the super sticker. I really appreciate the support. That was so very sweet of you. Thank you. Alana says, wouldn't that be a wonderful gift if Jen Soto was arrested? Yes, it would. Jen, the doctor and pharmacist, she can rhyme what every drug is for and pharmaceutical name and brand, but can't tell us what Maddie had on the night before. Right. Great point, Lori. Great point. Thank you again, Gray. And Lou from earlier.
Contact me, contact law enforcement. Any Any information helps.
I'm going to back that up.
Okay.
Hear her
Jen, is
plea
there anything
again.
else that you'd like to add?
Please, 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 if you have any information, contact me, contact law enforcement. Any information helps. Maddie, if you see this, please come home. Please be safe. I love you very much. If you have my Maddie, please just let her come home. We just want her home.
So, did that look like she, at the end there, did it look like she was crying? Did it look accurate to you? Because it didn't to me. Hey, Diamond Girl. Right. Candle for the missing. Sorry. Veronica said, the sigh is like she's bothered. She has to answer. Right. Nessie UK said she's confabulating. Yep. All right. So now we get to watch when Stephen Stearns was arrested. I just thought that we would do this again, or watch this real quick to bring some joy to our lives.
Now with breaking news.
Welcome back to Good Day Orlando on this Friday morning. It is good to see you this morning. I'm Danielle Knox. We do indeed start with breaking news here at this 9:30 half-hour mark.
So we want to get right out to Fox 35's Amanda McKenzie. She is live this morning from outside the Osceola County Jail. And Amanda, we know that there's been some maneuvering. What happened?
Well, just in the past few minutes, we were outside of the Osceola County Jail as Stephen Stearns was transported from the Orange County Jail here to Osceola County. We were right here as he was taken out of the patrol car and brought inside to be processed. Then he was brought quickly back out. I was able to shout several questions to him about Maddie. At one point, he was shaking his head from left to right as if saying no, but did not want to look at us or acknowledge us or answer any of our questions. He was then driven to the back here where there is this.
Tish, you're unfortunately you are in the minority, but over here we respect everybody's thoughts, opinions, and speculations. So I do understand that you don't think Jen no, and that's okay. And I respect your point of view. I personally think she did, but you're free to talk here. Hey, Sub Rosa. Good to see you, love. Mercedes said she can claim that missing her meds made her temporarily crazy. It's a possibility. Hey, Rachel, thank you for the support. I really appreciate that. That was very sweet of you. I like that super sticker. Thank you so much for that. Australian made on location. Yeah, that's what they said. Good to see you, Australian made. And Army Mom said possibly Maddie decided to put an end to Stephen Stearns' violations, so therefore she threatened to expose him if Jen didn't get rid of him. I think that's a possibility too. Okay, let's watch him arrested.
This fence, and he was brought into the back. You can hear me shouting some of those questions in that video. Stephen Stearns did look tired, and he did look somewhat quiet. We do know that he has asked for an attorney in this case. He has not admitted to anything. He refused to go to the courtroom yesterday for his first appearance. It does remain to be seen if this is.
He looked nasty and dirty and just ugh. Ugh. Maybe. Yeah, it's a possibility that she didn't know. I think she knew, but I mean, you know, it's possible. It is satisfying. Bella's boys, isn't it? I wonder
Is just a transfer of charges to Osceola County, or if there could be new charges pending. That is something we're going to continue to check on throughout the day now that he is being booked here at the Osceola County Jail. Reporting live this morning, Amanda McKenzie, Fox 35 News.
Amanda, if we could just chat with you for a few seconds, if you could give us a little bit of an update now. So if folks at home, if they've not been following closely, so the reason that he was in Osceola County initially is because he has a house in Kissimmee. Is that right? But they believe that Maddie disappeared from Orange County. That's why we're doing the back and forth.
By the way, this is obviously Fox 35 Orlando. Fawny said in the Woody Allen comment was her partial sobriety talking. Yeah. Toxic said he's gross, grabs my barf bucket thinking about anyone wanting to be in a relationship with that slug, right?
Yes, absolutely. So his home with his girlfriend, who is the mother of Maddie, they live in Kissimmee. This is where alleged crimes occurred, according to evidence found on his cell phone depicting a sexual battery and possession of sexual child abuse material. Those are the charges he is currently facing. He has not been charged with the disappearance of Maddie at this time, but this has also reached into Orange County. That's where he was picked up and put into jail there. So that is why we are both having this case in Orange and Osceola County, but it does.
That was so satisfying to see him be arrested like that. Cara, thank you. Cara gifted 10 Speculation Station memberships. Those went to Marie, Brenda, Leanne, Moon, Shadow, Susan, Rachel, Vicky, Proud Danish, Mind of Monsters, and Alizita. Thank you so much for gifting those memberships. I will come pick y'all up on the crazy train on the way to Speculation Station. If you're gifted a membership by Cara, please tell her thank you. And thank you so much, Cara. That was so very sweet of you. Thank you so much, Cara. Darlene, you asked what's the name of her school. It was Hunters Creek Middle School. Army Mom says perhaps a violent argument ensued between all three, causing Maddie to threaten Jen and Stefan, so they stopped her. It's another possible speculation. Diamond Girl said, let's pray they keep the phone evidence. Without that, he may be able to get off those charges. But then there's the 3,500 on the hard drive. Yeah, I'm hoping that they don't throw out the phone evidence.
Does remain to be seen if there are any potential new charges, since this is a very active investigation. As far as what we know is he is not cooperating with investigators. Initially, he did hand over his cell phone to investigators and told them, I set it on a factory reset on February 26th, which is strange because that is the same day that Maddie was reported missing. But the detectives were able to comb through that phone and find that digital evidence and footprint, and were able to arrest him on those charges.
You know, Amanda, another question for you too, and for our viewers at home, the family. We got to speak with the mother a couple of days ago, and she expressed that she just wants, Maddie back home. She wants her safe, and you actually can see Stefan right in behind her in that video, kind of just watching. And we've actually interviewed some people that are not related to the case that talked about some of his behaviors. Can you kind of walk us through, just honestly that interview and also the family's kind of response to what's been going on? Because we haven't heard.
So this will be interesting. Like I said, these are just some things I know y'all seen that we haven't discussed yet. And after this, I'll pull up what I have on the traumatic brain injury. Sarah Lee said if I could see the pictures, I wouldn't want to, but if I had to, I would focus on shadows and angles of backgrounds and objects to answer the questions for sure. Yeah. Carolina said, I'm back. I was listening. My question is, if Jen Soto knew that Stefan Sturz was going to be arrested, why wouldn't she go out a side door and immediately rush up on him and ask like this? Yeah, good question. I don't know that she knew he was going to be arrested, and I think she was being interrogated around the same time, but I'm not sure.
Heard from them, right, since we've known that he's now in jail with these charges.
Well, we did reach out to the family after Stearns was arrested, and the aunt from Maddie did tell us that they are heartbroken and they're continuing to pray for her safe return. Now, in that interview with Jen, Maddie's mother, she is very upset, crying, just wanting her daughter to come home safely. And in the back far left corner, you can see Stefan Stearns, and it points throughout that interview. He sits down behind her, is seen fidgeting and cracking his knuckles, and we spoke with a behavior specialist who said that is concerning behavior in this case, and in her opinion, not attached to this investigation.
So there was an analysis done, and what he was doing in the background was concerning for her too. So we're not the only ones that see that, the disturbing behavior of him cracking his knuckles and what he was doing behind Jen in the interview that we just watched. She may have been indisposed with taking talking to the Ellie at the moment of arrest, or she was keeping a low profile so she didn't get arrested. Yes, I agree. Moore said not just pictures of him abusing her, they got close details enough that police took a picture of it as evidence. Yes, they did. Tony said, I think there was a plan and then the flat tire ruined it. Then it was impulsive. Yeah. And that's what got him caught. So thank God for that. Zoom is real. My goodness.
She would be suggesting that detectives zero in on him as a suspect, and right now he is considered a prime suspect.
And very quickly, it was just so intriguing to see how close you were to him, and you were able to shout out those questions to him. And you talked about, as you were shouting those questions, he kind of shook his head back and forth as if to say no. What was he saying no to, and what kinds of questions were you able to ask him?
I was asking, where's Maddie? Where was she last seen? Did you hurt her? What could have happened? What did happen in your home, which is what you're accused of doing with your phone, with this digital evidence? What was on your phone?
Amanda, it's so many questions. I think that we're all struggling to figure out what happened. But one of the things that we know from that interview that the mother did with Hannah McKenzie is that she repeatedly said, we dropped her off. Yeah. We took her to school. And then we know that they didn't actually drop her off at the school. Why is that? Do we know what the reason was that she wasn't dropped off at school?
Because she was already deceased, and I don't know who was just asking about the we thing, but here we go. There's the interview asking about the we thing. Reporter did. Why didn't she go around and confront him? I've always wondered about that. Detective Kevin told her that he was being questioned after he showed her the pics of him and Maddie. Yeah, and she didn't question a lot. She didn't go around and try to attack him or anything, which is odd behavior. Absolutely. They would have to stay in exactly the right spot to get the picture. Yep. Have you actually seen the pictures? And I'm not the one who said tripod, though I agree. But once again, have you seen the pictures and have you taken a picture with a cell phone lately? So I do believe they could take a picture of the evidence. There was a tripod somewhere in the house. I don't know what y'all are referencing. Film school here, and no, a tripod camera does not zoom in specifically on the closest personal area. You might can make it zoom in though. The jail files we are seeing shows his hygiene patterns, and we know he does not like to get a shower or get clean. No interest at all. Yeah, I just put out some more jail files in the last video I did. Okay, so let's continue.
Well, we don't know directly from Stephen Stearns why he did that. According to Orange County Sheriff John Mina, he speculated that maybe she wanted to be dropped off a little ways away from school. But according to her mother in the arrest affidavit, that is not normal behavior. So that is something to take note of. What I also found interesting in the arrest affidavit is that the mother refers to Stephen as Maddie's stepfather, and he is just her boyfriend. They are not married. So it was an interesting title to give someone to consider them such close family. And now he is considered a prime suspect in her 13-year-old daughter's disappearance. She has been.
So, yeah, that is weird because in the first interview, she refers to him as her boyfriend, but then after he's arrested, she refers to him as her stepdad. Darlene said another blogger watching his ride to jail showed how Stearns locked eyes on a young boy as the truck was stopped at a red light. Disgusting. Oh my goodness. Ashley said, wasn't the tripod for phones, not a camera? I don't know. I haven't personally seen it. I've heard it be mentioned on the inventory list of what was taken out of the room, but I haven't actually been able to see it yet. I haven't found it. I've looked for it and haven't found it. Nessa said, I think Jen told Stephen where to take Maddie, like the school run story, and then the road to the lake. Yeah. They both were there for a presser. Yep. And both were separated to be interviewed. I know someone said earlier they don't believe Jen Soto knew. Her entire attitude doesn't make sense. I agree.
Has been missing since Monday. Just on Sunday, it was her 13th birthday. So you can only imagine that they were all celebrating together as a family, and less than a week later, Stefan is behind bars facing some very serious charges.
Yeah, and I think another too, in those court documents, it also says that Maddie would say oftentimes that she wanted to live in the woods. And so kind of looking at all of these things, maybe when she said, I wanted to be dropped off, far away, it's just very interesting, some of the connections.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amanda, we're going to keep you here just for another couple of minutes because all of this is developing and you're doing such an excellent job on this breaking reporting this morning. But we want to go back and play again your interview, or what you tried to interview, Stefan Stearns. So let's go ahead and listen to that.
Stefan, where's Maddie? Did you hurt her? Are you a pedophile? What's on your cell phone? Why aren't you talking to investigators? Where was Maddie last seen? Why aren't you helping her mother and her family? This is a little girl. Help them find Maddie. Where is Maddie? Where is she? What did you do with her? Tell us something.
Amanda, you asked every question
We all
that
want to know.
everybody wants to know.
And he didn't answer. I didn't see him shake his head no either. She was hollering them questions, boy. Oh, as the gavel drops, thank you so much for the 5 memberships. I really appreciate that. As the Gavel Drops has a Discord, and they recently have started a YouTube channel. Thank you so much for that. That was so very sweet of you. I will drop their links in the description box for As the Gavel Drops Discord and their YouTube channel, so you guys can go subscribe. Those were gifted to, oh, hold on. I gotta scroll way down. Pumpkin Porter, I like that name. Diane, Chickadee, Crystal, and Lisa and Mary. Thank you so much for that. That was so very sweet of you. If you guys were gifted a membership by As the Gavel Drops, please tell them thank you, and I'll come pick y'all up on the crazy train for Speculation Station. Thank you so much for that. That was so very sweet of you. Jennergy said she just looks so tired and in shock and out of gas. I think she was naive, gullible, and in denial. Not defending her being an absent parent, but I think Stefan killed her alone. It's possible. It's possible. We're open to all thoughts, opinions, and speculations, and I respect your thought on that. My issue with that is the Woody Allen comment. Like, if you absolutely knew nothing, that's what seals the deal for me. Why would you be concerned about the Woody Allen situation? Because if the thought ever crossed my mind that I needed to be concerned about a Woody Allen situation, that mother trucker would be getting out of my house. Like, if I had to worry about a situation like that, you got to go. You got to roll out. Darlene said, my brother was pushed from a balcony when he was 4 years old, was given his last rites, had 3 surgeries. He has a titanium plate in his head, never been in trouble, especially not a child predator. Going to the TBI situation, yeah, it depends. A lot of times it's the frontal lobe, they say, that messes people up. It takes them back to a primal state of thinking, no empathy, no compassion for others. Abellis gifted 20 Speculation Station memberships. Thank you so much for that. Wow, y'all are being so supportive. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Those went to Alicia, Danielle, Courtney, Blue Bella, Kim, Angela, Jules, Terranium, Griffin here, Ashley, Reen, KJ, Velvet Hex, Jennifer Hoff, Lee, love my edgy name, Tammers, Crystal, Period Point Blank. Period Point Blank is awesome. Y'all need to check out their YouTube channel as well. Thank you so much for that, Abellis. That was so very sweet and supportive of you. Thank you so much. I will come pick y'all up on the crazy train headed to Speculation Station. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. Thank you so much, Abellis. That was so very sweet of you. Australian Maid said, it's interesting how predators generally look clean cut. An interesting part of the profile, clean in order to be dirty. That is a very good, I can't think of the word I'm trying to use. Observation. That is a wonderful observation you made there. Very accurate.
the answers to, and obviously he didn't answer any of those questions. And it is just so intriguing to me to see what next steps are in this, right? Because here's the bottom line. He's refusing to appear in court. Not that he necessarily has to be there. Not only is he refusing to appear in court, the family right now is refusing to talk any further. And you almost have to wonder, if it's your child, if it's my child, if it's your child missing, what are you going to do? You're going to be screaming, at least I know that I would, from the rooftops. I'd be talking to any and everybody who would listen about.
So even they're picking up weird things that Jen's doing. Like she said, and most people have said, you know, you would be screaming from the rooftops for your child, looking for them everywhere, telling everybody, so everybody knew, hey, here's a picture of my child. She's missing. Can you help me look for her? Please keep an eye out. Please, if you see her, say something, you know. Predators hate being watched. They do. Thank you, Bogart, for the green hearts.
About where my child is, please help me find my child. And the fact that everybody has kind of gone radio silent, I think kind of adds another layer of mystery to this story.
It's devastating to think that a 13-year-old girl is missing for this length of time. And as we all report in this line of work, the first 24, 48 hours are crucial. So what is happening with the search? We're still asking for those questions to be answered. Are they continuing to search the woods? The investigators told the public, stay away from that area while we continue to investigate leads and look into that possibility that she could be behind Hunter's Creek in the woods. We don't know. And the fact that the family is not coming out right now, we can only imagine their state of mind. They're shocked, they're upset, they're heartbroken, they're scared, they're worried. You could name a number of different emotions that they could be feeling. And I think as the public, we want to know what they may have known and didn't see at the time. If there was concerning behavior, if there was a reason to suspect something out of the ordinary leading up to this disappearance.
And there was. The Woody Allen comment seals the deal. Norma, happy early birthday. I'm going to play the birthday song again for everybody whose birthday is today or coming up. Pamela said, I would be tearing up the town, county, and the state looking for my child. Girl, me too. Me too. Welcome back, bad girl. Most people would.
Yeah, I mean,
You'd like
what
to
we
all
don't know is, Amanda, we know they're not talking to us, but we don't know if they're not talking to the authorities. They could potentially still be working with the investigators, so we don't want to, say that. But do we know, Amanda, and I know we've said multiple times that what was found on the phone was so disturbing that we can't report it, but we obviously have some idea. Are you able to give us a little bit of information about what we do know that we can talk about?
I have read the arrest affidavit, and I will say that parts of it are redacted. So we are not even able to know the full scope of the investigation. It appears that they may know the identity of the victim potentially in this arrest affidavit, but they are not releasing that because it is a minor. And there's concerning evidence within that report that says that there was a sexual battery committed and that there was material of child pornography on that phone. And that is why he is facing those two very serious charges right now.
Wonderful job you're doing out there, Amanda. And it's so true what you said. I mean, they could be talking to investigators. They could have an attorney who may have advised them
to not speak right now.
Right? So there's so many questions still left to be answered. And certainly
there's still a lot of questions left to be answered. It said 11 months ago, Lindsay. Anna, thank you for wishing everybody a happy Valentine's Day. And hello, Joyous. I do hope that y'all are all having a good Valentine's Day.
this is a breaking news story that we will stay on top of and bring you the very latest. Wonderful, wonderful job out there, Amanda. Just really a great job gathering all the information you can into what is a very, very trying circumstance. Thank you so much for that.
And at the center of all this, we pause to remember that there is a little girl who just turned 13 a week ago, who is still missing. And it's just absolutely heartbreaking to think that she's out there somewhere and that nobody is saying where she is.
One of the things that you said that's so poignant about it too, right? She was 12 the day before.
That's right.
So she was 12 on Sunday. She turned 13 on Monday, the very day that she disappeared. So for parents or non-parents alike, you can only imagine what must be going through the minds of a lot of people out there who want her back safely.
All right, Amanda, thank you.
Thank you, Amanda.
Of course, we're going to continue to update everybody on air and online at fox35orlando.com. Everybody is watching for these updates. Also, you can always download our Fox 35 News app because we also update things from there when we are not on the air. So you can get those push alerts sent to your phone when any new information comes out about this case.
Okay. So I do have
Good morning,
Oh,
everyone.
goodness. Good.
How's
Not,
everybody?
let's not. Okay. So I do have to go soon. So I do have another interview we're going to talk about on tomorrow and see whatever else I can pull together. But I do want to show you guys the information I was able to pull on the traumatic brain injury. So let me get that pulled up. I do want to take a second to thank, let me see where it starts. Plunder, and I'm going to grab her link real quick and drop it in chat because without her video, I wouldn't have been able to get this. So I do want to thank her. I'm going to drop her link real quick so that you guys have it. If you have not subscribed to her, please go do so because she's really awesome. And again, I would not have been able to get this if I hadn't watched her video and was able to pull this information. Now, we're going to go to the beginning of this. I'm going to put a video out on this later where I actually read through the whole entire document, but I want to show you something real quick. So we're going to start all the way at the end first. I want you to notice on July 8th of 2022, they all say 12 a.m., but on July 8th of 2022, it says retention met, eligible for destruction. So this whole file was eligible for destruction July 8th of 2022. So basically all we have is the record of what happened in court. Because if you notice where it says pages, all of these say 0. Okay. So this is basically what happened in court. As you can see, there's like cross notice of taking telephone depositions, plaintiff's response to defendant summit, third request to produce, notice of hearing, notice of filing the depositions, transcripts of Timothy C. Sumner, Jason Earl Cobb, and Sherry L. Sumner. Diamond Girl said, I saw they can't find enough information for Stephen Stern's brain injury, which means to me he hasn't had a leg to stand on with that excuse unless they take MRI to see if he has a brain issue. If they do one now, there might be something, but let me show you what I found because there is some important information in this. Let me see if it's on this page. Nope. So it's on this one. And again, I'm going to be putting out a video later just reading through all of this so you guys can understand everything that's listed. But what we want to talk about real quick right here is that on May 8th of 1998, it says notice of taking deposition, Sarasota County Fire Department. So that means that the fire department came out to the scene of the crime. I mean, the scene of the accident, right? And then right above that, on May 8th, 1998, it says notice of production from non-party, Sarasota Memorial Hospital, Pediatric Neurology Associates, PA, which is physician's assistant, Edward Dietz Jr., Kenneth A. Gordon, MD, which is medical doctor, and Radiology Associates of Sarasota. So that means that he went to the hospital, that a pediatric neurologist looked at him, and that there was something done as far as radiology goes. Okay? Do you think that's enough, though? Because all we have is this, and it goes through the court case where they sued the people who ran over Stephen, Geico Insurance Company, and all that. Do you think it's enough right here to prove that where it states Sarasota Memorial Hospital, Pediatric Neurology Associates, Edward Dietz Jr., Kenneth Gordon, medical doctor, and Radiology Associates were called in to give depositions? Is that enough to prove that he had a traumatic brain injury? What do you guys think? You have to let me know. See, here's a subpoena DT without deposition served. on June 4th, 1998, Pediatric Neurology Associates. No, it's no excuse to unalive a child, but let's look at Google real quick. I want to kind of show, can a let's see, can a traumatic brain injury cause you to be a predator? Some cases of acquired pedophilia show that damage to certain parts of the brain caused by either the formation of new tumors or a traumatic brain injury can cause this new sexual preference for children in men and women who state they did not possess these urges or preferences previously. And I believe this happened when he was 11 or 12, so there would be no preferences previously, but there is a correlation. They do end up settling for, hold on, we'll go right back to that. So that's kind of what they're going for. I mean, I'll read it again. It says some cases of acquired pedophilia showed that damage to certain parts of the brain caused by either the formation of new tumors or a traumatic brain injury can cause this new sexual preference for children in men and women who state they did not possess these urges or preferences previously. So again, there is a correlation, and are they going to be able to use these basically documents, since nothing else can be found, that are showing that they did go to court for what happened? They did they did subpoena the Sarasota Memorial Hospital, that a pediatric neurologist and a pediatric neurologist looked at him after the brain injury. Something was done in radiology. A medical doctor looked at him. Actually, there's several medical doctors through this document that I was able to pull thanks to Plunder. Do you think this will be enough? I'll show you the person that just asked. So they did, at the very end, there says record order of dismissal as to Geico General Insurance Company, joint stipulation of dismissal, final disposition, stipulation to dismissal with prejudice on February 19th of 1999. So it was dismissed with prejudice. So let me go back and see what y'all are saying. Teresa said no. Jenny Jen said, I think if the TBI was yearly checked by a neurologist, if it was concerning. Yeah, the fact that there's only this document, he never went back. He never had anything else done correlating to it. I don't think he has enough to stand on. Yeah, Bogart, I mean, I had 2 concussions, but I didn't hurt anybody, right? I mean, but can they use it in court? I agree with Abellis. Teresa said, thank you, allegedly. Great live. Happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, I'm going to play the birthday song for you. Mercedes said, no, brain injuries require ongoing monitoring and imaging. Okay. Lemon Lime said, can you imagine being acquitted because of acquired pedophilia? Yikes. No doubt. That would be weird. They think that it's a normal thing to be into little kids. They call themselves minor attracted persons. Yeah, there's a whole freaking thing about it. I was smacked in the head, full swing with a shovel. Suffer SA growing up and had no dad. I never hurt anyone or had pedo tendencies. I'm so sorry you went through that. So hard to see. A lot of us don't, but if there's documented cases, right, like they're going to try any and everything they can to get him out of this. If it's a brain injury, you go for a settlement that would take care of your loved one for life. Yeah. I don't know if that's the money he got when he turned 18 was from that. Teresa said, I'm sorry, but if he was my son, TBI or not, I'd wash my hands of him. No excuse for chomos. Yeah. Lori said, I'm not sure, but my medical records disappeared from a hospital. I've heard it can cause changes in people that have had a TBI. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're involved in the Australia Maid. You're involved in the little girl's case with the amputated leg. Her stepmom ended up killing her in her bedroom. I'm just curious. Yeah, you'll have to get with me. Email me sometime, Australia Maid. Australia Maid said too many people with brain injuries who don't abuse for them to justify anything. Same goes for trauma sufferers hurting others. How do we know they didn't want to before being hurt? No reason. Yeah. And the fact that he was 11 or 12 before this happened, I don't think that we can find anything, you know. He definitely at 11 or 12 wouldn't have been saying I'm attracted to a damn 3 or 4-year-old. You know what I mean? Like it happened when he was so young. I don't think you can say it changed him to acquired pedophilia. You know what I mean? We don't have an absolute way to measure what behavior is caused by injury. We don't. Lindsay said, if it's even recognized by the court, I think the only thing it could do would be to lessen the charges, but he's still facing life or death penalty for CSAM alone. I don't know if he's got the death penalty for CSAM, but I think he's facing life without the possibility of parole, and they're going to use it. They're going to try to use it in the homicide trial to get the death penalty, because that's going to be it's going to show that he has a criminal history, he's got convicted of a violent offense with the CSAM, so they're going to use that in the homicide to go for the death penalty by showing he's a violent predator. Tracy said, I had brain surgery for an aneurysm 25 years ago. It left me some changes, but never once thought of hurting a child or anyone, period. It infuriates. I'm sorry you went through that, and I'm glad you're okay. It infuriates me too. But legally, I wonder if it'll work. I'm going to read 3 more comments and then I'll play the birthday song. Anna said his high school girlfriend was younger than him, but he mentioned to his parents were comfortable with the relationship. Yeah, she was, but I think, again, that both sides were okay with the relationship. He does know how to lie, and his brain works really well for that. Definitely, I agree. Serial unaliver Fred West claimed that a TBI caused him to essay and unalive young girls, but he also admitted that his father told him anyone and everything is game. Oh, God. My goodness. Well, I'm going to work on getting the video out on the traumatic brain injury. I do want to play the birthday song, and I wanted to show y'all something I'm going to do for my kids later for Valentine's Day, just in case y'all wanted to do some for your kids. So let me get the birthday song for all our birthday people. This is for Teresa, I believe, Norma for tomorrow, in case I don't see you tomorrow, and Hio's son. I'll go ahead and play it. I thought that was sweet. Is Foxy still in here? Because I saw a video and thought of you. So, Foxy, who I played it for earlier, let me know if you're in here, because I saw something and I thought of you and I wanted to play it for you. It's your birthday. All right. I wanted to show y'all this. Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. I thought this was really cool, and I got the stuff last night to make it for the kids. They don't know that I'm going to make it, but I wanted to show you guys in case you wanted something to do for your kids. I thought it was cute.
I'm going to start by placing our glass into some marshmallow fluff.
This isn't mine. This was
Make sure we get a good amount on there, and then we'll...
I don't know why it's doing that.
Gently take
that. It and try to go back to the beginning, so maybe it won't skip.
Start by placing our glass into some marshmallow fluff.
Well, it's going to be...
Make sure we get a good amount on there, and then we'll...
I don't know why it's doing that.
Gently take that out. Now I'm going to take some Valentine's Day sprinkles.
It's being so awful.
Sprinkles, and just pour all that out into our bowl.
I'm sorry it's skipping.
Make it.
I'm going to pause it for a second and make sure I don't have a lot of stuff pulled up. I don't think I do. Okay. I'm sorry it's skipping so bad, y'all.
A little flatter, and then we'll take our glass. And
she's going to roll it into sprinkles. And she's going to put ice cream
and pick up some of those.
It looks really
all the way around, making sure you get a good amount on there. Then I'm going to take a scoop. of strawberry ice cream and add that to our glass. Then I'm going to take another one
And she
add that
pours
in there
the
as
soda
well.
on it.
Next, I'm going to take some cream soda. I thought it would be perfect for today's drink because I'm doing a Valentine's Day drink, and crushed cream soda sounded perfect. Then I'm going to take some whipped cream
Oh, I
and add
forgot
a
the
good
whipped
amount of
cream.
that on top. And I'm going to take some of these sprinkles and add them right on top, just like this. All right, time to try our drink. I'm so excited.
Okay. I hate when they try it. It irritates me. But yeah, I wanted to show that to you guys because I got the marshmallow fluff and sprinkles and stuff, and I thought it was a cute little thing to make for kids. It's just like a float. I'm gonna do theirs with cheer wine. I don't know what that link is, sweetheart. I wonder if that was the link for the video, but I thought it was cute, so I was gonna make it for my kids just in case y'all wanted something to do for yours. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Yeah, I think it's a BS excuse, and we can all think that, but like Lisa Lynn, we can all think that, but do you think it's enough to stand up in court? I question that. Is it enough to stand up in court? Yeah, I might end up making me one too. Yeah, the calories. Yeah, it's for the kids, but yeah. It did look awesome, didn't it? I got vanilla ice cream. They like cheer wine, so I'm going to do it with cheer wine. And I got the marshmallow fluff and the sprinkles. Got a big thing of sprinkles here. They're conversation heart sprinkles. They don't know that I'm making them that yet. I'm going to do it afterwards. But anyway, I'm going to go because I have to go somewhere in 30 minutes. I love y'all. If you don't have a Valentine for today, let me just say I love you and I hope you have the best day ever. There's lots of love here at the Speculating family. And I hope that y'all have a nice day. I hope that I'll see you here tomorrow because I'll be back. I hope that you'll be back too. Cheer wine is a drink that's made actually here in North Carolina is where it originated. It's like a I don't know how to explain it. It's like almost like a cherry Coke, but not exactly Coke, more cherry flavor. It's really good. I don't even like cherry flavor, but I like Luden's cough drops that are cherry and cheer wine. That's about it. It kind of tastes like a Luden cough drop soda. That's all. I mean, I don't know what else to compare it to. What? Oh, Basil. Yeah, Basil's laid out on the bed and the kids are having a fit. Thank you, Britt, for the support. I really appreciate that. That was so very sweet of you. Thank you. Cara said, as I said at the beginning of the stream, you're loved and the world is a better place because you're in it. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that, Cara. I'm going to leave that up. Kind of like Dr. Pepper, yeah, but more of a cherry flavor. Doc Bones, thank you for being here. Says, have a great Valentine's Day, everybody. Yep, and I hope y'all have a good day. I love you. You're loved. You're important. You mean something to the world and to all of us. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for watching the video all the way till the end. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Happy Valentine's Day. Love you. Sending you all the love and just love in the world. I'll see y'all later. Have a good day. Bye.